One thing is sure, the royal family is never bored because there is yet another shockwave coming toward us. But this time, Princess Anne left Prince William stunned. And the reason? Well, when Princess Anne speaks, you better believe it because it's worth paying attention to.
Understandably, it's such a large issue that everyone feels completely overwhelmed by the facts, the scale of the problems and things like that. So we wanted to break it down and try and work out how could we add something that was going to...
What just happened and why now? This isn't just a typical royal disagreement. This seems more like a clear message from the woman many call the hardest working royal of them all. However, if you thought Princess Anne was just quietly doing her duty in the background, think again. This move says a lot about where the monarchy is heading and how William's leadership is starting to shift the balance of power. Now, something significant just unfolded behind palace walls. Some serious words were exchanged and the timing was no coincidence. When Princess Anne speaks directly to Prince William, it's not just polite conversation. It's more like a message, and this one carries real weight. Now, to understand the shock that just rippled through the royal family, we need to rewind a bit. Princess Anne isn't loud, flashy, or interested in headlines. But she's the backbone of the monarchy. While others drew the spotlight, she kept showing up, doing the work, and earning respect without needing applause. Now, as King Charles settles into his role and Prince William rises to power, big changes are underway. William and Kate are focused on modernizing the monarchy, making it leaner, more relatable, and in tune with public expectations. That means trimming old traditions, spotlighting younger royals, and reworking how the whole institution functions. But Anne isn't on board. She's a traditionalist through and through. For her, it's about duty, discipline, and earning your place. Not image, not trends, and definitely not shortcuts. So when William recently made a bold move that seemed to chip away at everything she values, Anne responded. And she didn't hold back. This wasn't just a quiet disagreement, it was a rare, powerful message from the royal family's most respected figure.
And although you kind of know that this might happen, you don't really think about it very much. Not least of all because the monarchy is about continuity. But I think for my brother, this is something he's been waiting for.
So what exactly went down? During a recent behind-closed-doors royal strategy meeting, rumor has it that Prince William proposed a bold overhaul. Cut down the number of working royals even more and center the spotlight on just a few. That's himself, Kate, and eventually their children. It was a dramatic push to modernize the monarchy. Many are still confused what William's plan really is to slowly reduce the role of older royals in public life to create a younger, more modern image for the monarchy. But there was one major issue. Princess Anne was in the room and she wasn't having it. According to insider reports, Anne calmly interrupted and delivered a razor-sharp reality check. She reminded everyone that royal duty isn't about fame or optics. She reportedly said, "Some of us are still here because we believe in the duty, not the spotlight." The room froze. William, insiders say, was caught completely off guard. Anne didn't stop there. She questioned whether making the monarchy even smaller would actually help the public, or just make the royals seem more distant, more elite, and less accessible. This wasn't some emotional outburst or tantrum. In fact, it was a composed, firm stand from someone who spent decades doing the hard work without chasing headlines, and who wasn't afraid to speak truth to the future king.
But we have been brought closer because of the circumstances as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You are, uniquely bonded because of what we've been through.
Yeah.
But, even Harry and I, over the years, have not talked enough about.
This was one of those moments that leaves you speechless and stays in your memory forever. You must be wondering why. Well, because it exposed a clear split inside the royal family. On one side, William and Kate, so-called the modernizers. They want a slick and carefully branded monarchy. Glossy appearances, picture-ready smiles, and influencer-style media control. Fewer royals, more control in general. On the other hand, Princess Anne, the backbone of the old school, is steady, no-nonsense, duty first. She's not chasing headlines. Instead, she just shows up year after year, no matter who's watching. That's why Anne's words landed so hard. And this definitely wasn't just a disagreement over PR. This was personal. When she said, "Some of us are still here because we believe in the duty," she drew a quiet but powerful line between those who serve for life and those who treat the crown like a brand. For William, it might have been a reality check. And he may be the future king, but Anne was reminding him, popularity fades. What matters is work, character, and consistency. Now, coming from Anne, that message gives a different vibe. And for sure, this wasn't about her ego. It was about protecting the soul of the monarchy, the part that doesn't go viral, but doesn't disappear either.
People don't change that much. I think they recognize those people whose commitment has been constant, and they know that those standards are not changing.
However, as expected, the moment didn't remain within the palace walls for long. Once the story surfaced, it spread rapidly online, igniting a flurry of reactions. Royal fans were quick to rally behind Princess Anne, praising her for standing firm in what many saw as a rare moment of honesty within an increasingly media-driven institution. But social media was soon filled with comments like, "Anne is the only royal who actually gets it." But honestly, she's still out there doing the job without all the PR games. What was widely felt the most was the idea that Anne had earned the public's respect not through headlines or perfectly filtered photos, but by quietly doing the work. Her willingness to speak up, especially in contrast to William, only strengthened her image as the monarchy's quiet conscience. Some even drew parallels to the late Queen Elizabeth, who famously embodied duty above all else. But the story didn't just evoke nostalgia or admiration. It forced a deeper question. If even Anne, the most dependable and grounded of the royals, is expressing doubt, does William risk alienating the very core that holds the institution together? Or perhaps is this shift in direction exactly what the monarchy needs to evolve and endure? Either way, the message was clear. Beneath the polished exterior and behind the carefully crafted public image, the royal family remains full of layers and tensions. In her composed yet firm manner, Anne showed that genuine leadership often happens away from the cameras. And obviously, someone much wiser should be in charge. But for Prince William, this wasn't just an awkward moment. Instead, it was a real task. He's the one taking on more power, responsibility, and attention. Moreover, with King Charles dealing with health issues, William's role in the palace is growing fast. But moments like this remind us that being a leader in the royal family isn't only about having the title and looking fancy. It's more about listening, adapting, and earning trust from those around you. This Princess Anne's challenge wasn't meant to weaken him or make him look bad. This was a reminder that even future kings need to stay grounded. Perhaps it also shows that William's plan to modernize the monarchy won't be easy. He'll face pushback by many, that's for sure, and not only from inside the family, but from the public too. William will have to find a balance between the fresh, modern image he wants and the traditions that give the crown its strength. So in many ways, this could be exactly the lesson William needs as he prepares to be king. It's about the people you lead and the values you protect, and right now, Princess Anne is making sure those values stay front and center.
I mean, there was an order to the years, because my mother didn't change very much. You kind of knew what the rhythm of the year was, so that will things like that will change and how we are.
Seems like Princess Anne stood her ground and left Prince William visibly shaken. But more than that, she reminded everyone what real duty looks like. In a royal family chasing image, her quiet strength was widely seen. Has William gone too far? Tell us what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This royal family never disappoints when it comes to drama.